Hello students, in today's lecture session we will discuss the functions which are performed by the merchant bankers. We have already discussed the concept of merchant banking in my previous lecture session. Basically, merchant banking are the intermediaries that provide the consultancy and financial services to the clients. So in this lecture session, we will discuss various functions performed by the merchant bankers. So do subscribe to my channel Kamal Sidhu for short and precise lecture sessions. The functions performed by merchant banker are divided into two basic categories: the service-based functions and fund-based functions. So let's first discuss the service-based functions. The first one under service-based functions is the project counseling, which covers all the services such as related to project planning, implementation, and control. This function starts from a development of an idea into a project preparation of report, estimation of cost, and deciding on the means of finance. Merchant bankers also assist in obtaining various government clearances and consents for successful implementation of projects. Then they also provide guidance to Indian entrepreneurs on foreign joint venture collaborations, project identification, preparation of project reports, obtaining government approvals, then adoption of advanced technology, capital structuring, all are provided by the merchant bankers under project counseling. Second is the credit syndication, which is also known as loan syndication. So this is a kind of service which is rendered by the merchant bankers for arranging and processing of loans from various financial institutions, banks, and other lending companies, both in India and abroad. So this activity involves the identification of sources from where the funds could be arranged, and these sources are approached by the merchant bankers with the supporting documents and other formalities so that the loans can be easily sanctioned. So we can say that credit syndication services offered by merchant bankers also include preparation of applications, then is monitoring, then negotiating the term of assistance on the behalf of the client, and post sanction formalities. The credit syndication also covers assistance in withdrawal of term loans, assessing and arranging of working capital requirements, and estimation of total cost and expenditures on projects. Issue management is another important function of a merchant banker. In this case, the corporate securities like equity shares, preference shares, and debentures and bonds are managed by the merchant banker. It involves marketing of capital issues of existing companies, including rights issue and dilution of shares by letter or offer. The public issues are managed by various agencies like the underwriters, brokers, bankers, the auditors, the legal advisors, and the merchant bank provide specialized services to make the issue a success. Therefore, we can say that merchant bank is the agency at the apex level which plans, coordinates, controls the entire issue activity, and directs different agencies to contribute to the successful marketing of securities. Then another important function is the corporate restructuring. So it is concerned with such activities which are related to merger, acquisition, and other type of amalgamations of corporate business houses. The merchant bankers are playing a very important role in this case. Their services include like negotiating the terms and the conditions of the mergers, then processing of legal documentation, then getting approvals. So they play a very important role by assisting in capital restructuring of a business enterprise. Then, along with the corporate restructuring, the capital restructuring services and corporate counseling services are also provided by the merchant bankers, which are very much beneficial for every business organization. Under this corporate counseling, the merchant banks guide the corporate units as the areas of guides the corporate units to areas of diversification after considering the existing government and economic licensing policies. So the merchant banks also make detailed analysis of the old line projects and SIC units by assessing their requirements and studying their manufacturing process and technology. Then another important function is the portfolio management. So merchant bankers advise their clients regarding investment decisions related to some kind of investment within the country or abroad. So portfolio management activity is concerned with employment of cash resources into marketable securities to earn in future. So we can say that in this case, the merchant bankers advise their clients, mostly the institutional investors, regarding investment decisions as to the quantum of amount of security and the type of security in which they want to invest. Then another important function is the lease finance. So many merchant bankers provide this function and finance facilities to their customers. So as we know that leasing is an arrangement that provide firm with use and control over asset without buying a asset. So merchant bankers assist their clients by providing finance for acquisition of asset taken on lease. Second type of functions of merchant banks are the fund-based functions. The first one is bill discounting. So bill discounting is another important function which is recognized as an activity of merchant banking in foreign countries. But this type of facility is not provided by the merchant banks in India to the corporate business organization. Basically, bill discounting is a service against which the merchant bankers have to arrange funds against the bills which have been discounted. Then is the venture capital, which is a specific form of equity financing, especially concerning to the high risk and high technical projects which expect high reward but on the later stages. So it is a type of equity financing especially designed for the financing high risk and high reward projects, or we can say the startups or the people who want to start their business, the young entrepreneurs. Then is bought out deals. So when a promoter thinks that if public issue made to raise capital will not be fully subscribed, he may approach the merchant banker and places the shares of the company initially with him, which are offered to the public at the later stage, which is known as bought out deal. Then is the underwriting, which refers to an contract by means of which the merchant banker gives an assurance to the issuing company that it would subscribe to the securities which are offered in the case of non-subscription by the public to whom it was offered. The merchant bankers charge underwriting commission, which varies on the basis of the securities being underwritten. The rate of underwriting commission is negotiable between the business organization and the merchant banker. Then there are other specialized services. So the merchant banks also provide corporate advisory services on various issues like mergers, takeovers, then recruitment of executives, tax planning, cost management, audits. So we can say that merchant bankers also help the business in arranging immediate capital through factoring process. So we can conclude that merchant banker provides all kind of services to the business houses required at any stage of business. So this was all in today's lecture session. In